Shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Waharaka Kodash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways teaching his word in all sincerity and in truth. Now, the book of Peter, all right, there's been many a Christian scholar that have confirmed that this book had to have been written by so-called, written to so-called non-Jews. And this is because of the language which is contained within this book. Now, the book of Peter was written to the same churches that Paul was writing to. As you can see here, Peter, an apostle of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, to the strangers, meaning those who are dwelling in the land which is not their own, scattered the diaspora throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. All right. Paul took up the mantle of communicating with these churches after the martyrdom of Paul, or should I say, Peter took up the mantle, right? After the martyrdom of Paul, right? So it's very interesting, right? When you read in chapter 2, it even more confirms exactly what we've been saying, that the Gentiles that were receiving the gospel are Israelites. All right. So First Peter 2:1 says, "Wherefore, laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speakings, as newborn babes, desiring the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby, if so be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious, to whom coming as unto a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of God and precious. Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood," only the Israelites are holy, "to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God by Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Wherefore also it is contained in the scripture, Behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone." So Yahweh Shai is part of the building of Zion. Remember, lay in Zion a chief cornerstone. This temple that is being built is Zion, which is the Israelites. Elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded. Unto you, therefore, which believe, right? That's talking about the Israelites, yeah? He is precious. But unto them which be disobedient, also talking about Israelites, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner, and a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word. Now, who's this talking about? This ain't talking about other nations, because this word ain't got no business with them anyway. This is talking about Israelites. You have some Israelites that's going to believe and some Israelites that don't believe, both in that time of the Jews and also of the Gentiles. Gentiles being Israelites who were outside of the commonwealth of the Jews, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praise of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. So who is being called out of the darkness into the light, which is Yahweh Shai? The Israelites that are scattered among the nations. As it is written, he shall be a light unto the Gentiles, light unto the nations. But for who? It says, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. Now this proves that he's talking about Israelites, that the people who are being called out of darkness into marvelous light are the Israelites. Why? Because if you go to the origin of this quotation, it will take you back to Hosea, the 2nd chapter, which Hosea 1 also goes into it, but more accurately, Hosea, the 2nd chapter. And if you read Hosea 2nd chapter, Hosea the 2nd chapter is all about the downfall and then the salvation of Israel. So you read Hosea, the second chapter, it talks about Israel's unfaithfulness being condemned. And you can go and read that. But towards the end of the scripture, what does it speak of? The restoration of Israel. So that's what we're going to read. Therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak comfortably unto her. And I will give her her vineyards from thence and the valley of Achor for a door of hope. And she shall sing there as in the days of her youth, as in the day when she came up out of the land of Egypt. So this is the Lord speaking about the restoration, the salvation. And again, it proves that Yahweh Shai is the one who is going to be the manifester of this prophecy, because this is written in the gospel. Peter is talking about this in the book of Peter's, about this exact same event. And it shall be at that day, saith the Lord, that thou, Yahweh Shai is the author and finisher of our faith. And it shall be at that day, saith the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, and shalt call me no more Baali, for I will take away the names of Baalim out of her mouth, and they shall no more be remembered by their name. And in that day I will make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, and with the creeping things of the ground. And I will break the bow and the sword and the battle out of the earth. That goes into Isaiah the second chapter. You see? And will make them to lie down safely. And I will betroth, that goes into Jeremiah the 30th chapter. And I will betroth thee unto me forever. Again, Revelations 21. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness and in judgment and in loving kindness and in mercies. I will even betroth thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know the Lord. And it shall come to pass in that day I will hear, saith the Lord, I will hear the heavens, and they shall hear the earth, showing you the earth ain't going to be destroyed. And the earth shall hear the corn and the wine and the oil, and they shall hear Jezreel, which is another way of saying Israel. And I will sow her unto me in the earth. All right, showing you this again. That's why the scripture says we shall reign in the earth. Revelation the 5th chapter. And I will have mercy upon her, meaning Zion, Jerusalem, that had not obtained mercy. And I will say to them which were not my people, thou art my people, and they shall say, thou art my God. So again, this is exactly what we're reading about here in the book of Peter's. All right? Peter was writing to Israelites. The Gentiles that Paul and Peter were dealing with, the Galatians, all these dons, they were Israelites that were scattered among the other nations who were falling away from the covenant and the culture, all right, and were swallowed up among the other nations, who were being brought back to light from darkness. And that's why it speaks about being a light unto the Gentiles in Isaiah 60. Yahweh Shai is that light, right, unto the Gentiles, meaning what? For the Israelites that are scattered among them. All right, because even in Isaiah 60, it confirms who's going to be brought. Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy God, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. The sons of strangers shall build up a wall. So the other nations are not the ones being saved. The ones who are coming to the light are Israelites and the glorified Zion. How much more do you need to see? The light unto the Gentiles does not mean that it's for the actual Gentiles. The reason it's a light unto the Gentiles is because the Israelites were going to be scattered among those Gentiles and in darkness. The ones who are coming to this light are the Israelites. Point blank, period. All right. So if that, I'm going to say shalom.